Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sydney here with the Better Leads box. Before we begin here, I'm going to talk to you guys today, and gals, not playing favorites. A little trick here and exactly what it is that you are looking to do with post, right? I mean, like, obviously Facebook is only as good as its people, and there is some tricks to making sure that your post gets seen by more people. I'm also going to give you a little bit of a hack here, if you want to say that, of exactly a little thing that you can do at the end of your post that is going to help you increase engagement, no matter if you have little friends or whatever it might be, you don't have many friends on Facebook or whatever it might be. I'm going to help you with changing that and helping you start attracting the people that you're wanting to attract for your business. So before we begin, up top here, there's a link. And if you're interested in the Better Leads class, just click on that link there. It's going to take you to a little presentation that we did, or a little presentation that I did. And it's going to give you an entire overview of what the Better Leads class is, what you're going to get, and all that fun stuff. So anyway, just the link, I guess it's going to be above here, the link above here. Feel free to go ahead and do that, and we'll get things rolling. All right, so on Facebook. Facebook is only as good as the people that are on it. So Facebook currently, just the last number that I saw, has 2.17 billion with a B, 2.17 billion with a B active users on its platform worldwide. What that means is that these 2.17 billion active users log in at least one time and do something to their profile, whether it's look at the news feed, whether it's change something, whether it's add a photo, whatever it might be. That means they log in, they open the app onto a profile that, so that means they're active, right? Active. There's actually, I believe it's over 4 billion, but roughly 2.17 billion people that are active, right? So because of this, Facebook is only as good as its people. If you were to strip Facebook down, Facebook is basically a blog. It's a blog where you can add words and stories, right? You can write on it, you can add photos, and you can add videos. It's a blog that's tied together with everyone else in the platform. And then there's an algorithm on how to get your message, the messages that you're putting out there, in front of specific people that are within that 2.17, right? So what we're looking to do here is when you post, you want to make sure that you're slanting your post to be slanted to where you're putting them out there when the people you're looking to attract for your business, for yourself, whatever it might be, are on Facebook, right? So there's some very specific times. These would be like general guidelines that are the best times to post, during that time. And don't forget here, if you are, don't forget if you are wanting to learn more about the Better Leads box, there's a link up here. It's called the Better Leads box class. Just click on that link. You'll see a presentation by me. It's literally a white page with a video, a logo, a video, and a button. That's it. So if you're interested after watching the video, click on the button. You'll get on a phone call with me, and and all that fun stuff. All right. So like I said, Facebook is only as good as its people. Right? So it's only as good as the people that are currently on Facebook. So there is a little bit of an advantage if you're posting things, especially the people you're looking to attract while they're on Facebook, because obviously they can't engage on your stuff if they're not on the app, right? So a good general guideline, okay? First off, mornings. Mornings before work. Those are great times that you can post that's going to capture attention. Right? So like those are great times that you can post that are going to capture attention from a lot of people. I typically like to say to post between 7, and all these times, by the way, are times are the time zones. Okay, you want to focus on the time zones of where you're most influential. For someone like me, I live in Dallas, Texas, so I follow Dallas, Texas. However, we have clients all over the world, both at our agency and also here. So the thing that I want to mention is if you're in a position to where it could be multiple time zones, the best time to do it is the time zone you're currently living in, or the time zone where your customers are currently at. So like if you're living in Texas, but all your customers are in California, you obviously want to do this on California time. So just a general rule there. So the first time that's really good to post is between 7:30 and 8:30 a.m. Everybody that when they get up in the morning, I want to say everybody because that's bad logic, but a lot of people when they get up in the morning, they're wanting to look at their phone before they get to work and see what's going on in Facebook land, right? Like if you think about yourself, and think about yourself when you're doing this, right? You're probably doing it too. Just like me, right? So like in the morning, you're hopping on Facebook. You know, it's one of the first things that you do actively. A lot of people don't look at their phones or some people don't look at their phones and stuff like that, or TV or anything like that for the first couple of hours. But after that first couple of hours in the morning, typically they get on their phone and they look at stuff like that, right? So that's typically the first time, is that morning time, 7:30 to 8:30 before they get into work. The next time is going to be at what's called lunchtime. I don't know what it's called, but it's going to be around lunchtime. I do this around 11:30 to 1. Oh, and by the way, let me back up. The post that you're looking typically to put up in the morning is going to be usually an inspirational or a motivational post. At noontime, that's when you want to have comedy post, right? Comedy, or I even like to throw food out there. Food type post. Why? Obviously food, because it's lunchtime and people are eating and that's what's on their mind, but also because they've been working now for 3 hours and they want a break from work, so a good thing to do out there is put out something that's funny, something comedy, right? The last time, I post a little bit more than this, but the last time, which you can get away with 3 very easily and very much be influence, influence, right? Influence people by doing just 3. So, I post a little bit more, but that's me. You can definitely post just 3 times. And then the third time is obviously going to be after work. So there's 2 times after work that you can post. Right after work, 5:30 to 7. Typically that's going to be what we call your lesson of the day post, or come to Jesus post, or a post that would be considered a buy my stuff post, right? Nighttime is great times to put out stuff about your company. And this is, if I was to give you a choice of the 2, this would be the better time, is going to be right before you go to bed, around that 9 to 10 o'clock time slot. The reason you want to do it right before you go to bed, if you think about yourself, or you think about your loved one, or you think about your kids, or you think about whatever it might be, what are they doing when they're laying in bed right before they sleep? What's one of the last activities they're doing? They're usually on their phone, looking at messages, ending emails, all that fun stuff, but also on Facebook. And when they're on Facebook, that's a really good time to hit them, right? That's a really good time to talk to them about a lesson of the day that you learned that day. Throw out a testimonial about your company, or have a buy my stuff post. That's a really good time to do that. Now, with this stuff, and you want to typically do 80-20 when you're posting. So 80% about them and then 20% about you. Again, 80% about them, 20% about you. If you think about TV, 80% content, 20% ad, or something about them doing something with you. 80% about them, 20% about you. That's a really good general thumb. So if you're posting 3 times a day, typically that means 1 post about recruiting yourself, or about your company or whatever it might be, in 2 days. So that's just a general rule of thumb. All right, so now that you guys know that, and just so you know, we go over a lot more of that stuff in very much detail. We give you your actual own organic posting scripts. We build out a system with you in the Better Leads box. And again, once again, up at the top there, if you're interested in the Better Leads box at all, you don't want to know what it's about, there's a link right above this video. Just click on that link, and that link will lead you directly to a presentation, just a simple white page with a logo of the Better Leads box, a video of me with PowerPoint, and then a button if you're interested in joining. That's it, right? Nothing else. And just watch that video, and if you're interested, there's a little button that says I want this at the bottom, and you can just click on that, and that gets you on the phone with me. All right, so here's a little trick that you can use, or you can call it a hack, but here's a little trick. One of the 3 algorithm pieces of Facebook is called engagement. Okay, engagement means anytime that someone touches a post. This could be likes, loves, picture views, video views, clicking on the see more, replying to comments, tagging people, sharing, all that stuff. And there's many more. I just spit off a couple of the main ones there. So one of the things is engagement. One of the things that helps keep your post in the news feed is this engagement. There's 2 other things that's gone over there. If you click on the link and watch the presentation, I go over those. Again, I'm talking about the link above here, betterleadsclass.com link. If someone can, if you don't mind, just put that link in the comments, because I'm going to keep pointing down. Put that link in the comments if you don't mind. It's just www.betterleadsclass.com. That'd be phenomenal. And thank you so much. And then this trick is like you are looking to get people to engage with your content. So a great way to get people to engage is to simply ask a question. So like, say I'm putting out a comedy post, and this is an exact post that I put out a couple of weeks ago. I put out a post about hot dogs, and I literally said, I'm about to go get hot dogs. What types of toppings would you recommend? And then I listed some toppings. I got some friends in Chicago, so if you know anything about Chicago, the toppings they put on include nothing sauce. Ketchup is for kids is one of the comments I got. I got over, I think it was over 130 comments. I got over 250 engagements and all that stuff. And what we did was because of all that, that post then stayed in that feed. Now you're probably wondering, you know, what's a post about hot dogs have to do about anything? Well, the thing is Facebook believes that when people are engaging with your stuff, they want to show it to more people, thinking that you're more important, you're more popular. And since their whole goal is to keep people on Facebook so that they can see more ads and make more money, then obviously anytime that you're able to do that, Facebook's going to reward you by keeping more stuff that you put out there in the feed. And as long as you're attracting those people that you're wanting to see your stuff, then guess what? Then every time you post in that feed, you're getting a chance to send your message to your marketplace, which when we do a deep dive in the class. So again, just remember the times you got, and don't forget, you got, well now, thank you so much, Logan. You got in the comments here, you got the link there for the betterleadsclass.com or up above here in the post. But just to recap, the best times to post are going to be in the morning, so 7:30 to 8:30 is when I do it, of the time that you're most influencing. A lot of times that falls where you live. So 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning, typically motivational or inspirational. Next time is going to be lunchtime. That time for me is 11:30 to 1 o'clock. That's going to be comedy or that's going to be food. And then the next time, like I said, like I typically do both times, but you can do 3 and be perfectly cool with that. In fact, you know, today I've only done 1 so far, but I will end up doing 3. So just to give you an idea, so the lunchtime is going to be comedy or food, and then the other times that you're going to choose is either, my bad, got a phone call, right after work, right after work, around that 5:30 to 7 o'clock time, and then of course if you were to choose 1 or 2 in this evening, then it's going to be the best time is going to be right before you go to bed. My clock is 9 to 10 when I do that, because that's typically around when I go to bed at night. So I hope this helped, and don't forget about the little trick that I taught you. Ask questions, especially on the post where you're looking for engagement, the morning post, the lunchtime post, all that stuff. Ask questions. Tell them that you want an answer from them. You want to know their opinion. People love giving their opinions, so you know that's a great way to start getting some engagements and all that fun stuff. So I hope this helped you. I really, really hope this helped you, and I hope that you can take this and that you can run with it and start getting your stuff seen more on Facebook. And again, don't forget the link here in the comments and up above here, betterleadsclass.com. If you're interested in it, click that link and watch the presentation. Hope you have a wonderful day. We will talk to you next time.